Appearances can often be deceptive. At the first glance, Kush Patel could easily be mistaken for a fresh graduate just out of college. However, behind this soft spoken, gentle, and unassuming demeanor lies a sharp business mind that has successfully navigated one of the most crowded and fiercely competitive segments in the diagnostics, that is, the blood collection tubes market. In a remarkably short span of about 3 to 4 years, Kush has built one of India's most successful blood collection tube manufacturing companies, making significant inroads not just into the domestic market but also internationally. His journey is a compelling example of how clarity of thoughts, strategic focus, and the discipline in execution can create impact even in a highly commoditized market. Today, we speak with him about his entrepreneurial journey, the challenges he encountered, the successes that he has achieved, and his vision for future, and finally, his message for the young and aspiring entrepreneurs. Please join me in welcoming Kush Patel to this podcast.
Thank you, Sangiti, for that beautiful introduction. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Kush, let's start with knowing a little more about you as well as your entrepreneurial journey.
Sure. So I did my undergraduate in biotechnology from St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad.
Right.
And from there onwards, I went to US in Purdue University to pursue my graduate studies in finance.
Right.
And in that, from there, I went to do a job as a market research analyst in New York. So I was at that company for around three years. And
Okay.
from there on, I came back to India and started my own business. I started this in 2022, and it's going to be 4 years in February.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So when you wanted to start a business, you would have thought about various options. And so, what convinced you into getting into this blood collection tubes market?
See, I always wanted to be in the healthcare segment.
Okay.
The healthcare segment runs in my family, coming from a family of doctors. So I've
Right.
been around that industry. So I was want to do something big. I was initially started researching in pharmaceuticals, then disposables obviously was there. Then some niche segments like oncology, ophthalmology. So then, and obviously there was some kind of something in me that I wanted to do in manufacturing as well. Because being
Right.
in India, you always want to be somewhere close to manufacturing, especially in Gujarat, where everyone around you want to do manufacturing.
Wonderful.
So there's some different options, different challenges as well while entering into the business.
Yeah.
So eventually, after process of elimination, like entry to barriers, everything, we focused on let's try to start with one product and slowly and steadily build a company and brand. And we
Yeah.
started that collection kits.
Wonderful. So, who funded your venture, if you may say?
So family and friends. So that's the best answer that I can give it. Like we started out small. Obviously, there was a funding from family. There's a funding from bank as well. So all mixed together.
Super, super. Coming back to this blood collection tube market, it's crowded. I mean, you know better than me.
Yes.
It's crowded. It's price intensive. It's a very commoditized category as well. So, when you thought of entering, what were those signals that you picked up that there is still some space for a new entrant?
Yeah, Sankit, if you want to take a look at that as a market as whole, yeah, think of that it is a population of 1.4 billion people. The number of tests that are conducted on a monthly to yearly basis have significantly increased if you see the 5-year growth rate as well. you see higher growth rate of diagnostic companies or hospitals, then you can see that there's a significant increase in their revenue as well. The market is growing and will grow as in when awareness and outreach to smaller villages and towns increase.
Yeah.
Second thing that we saw was there are very few players who are focused on quality and service. Because you know more better than me that for this particular product, it may be a very small value product, but this is the one product that can change the value of a reading in the test. Everything is gone on automation. Everyone is using has state-of-the-art facility. They have best machines, best doctors. So this is the one product that can change the reading.
Yeah.
So it's a highly critical product. And you have to be very focused on the quality. You have to be very focused on the operations, supply chain, and everything. And not many companies are doing that. And so we found a gap over there, like giving a very good product at economical rate.
So your company, Nasmed Diagnostics, is headquartered in Ahmedabad, right?
Yes, in Ahmedabad, Gujarat.
And in Gujarat, there are several blood collection tube companies. So what makes Gujarat more favorable ground for, blood collection tube manufacturers?
See, in Gujarat, there's a hub for manufacturing in general, not just blood collection tubes.
Right.
Any industry, be it automotive, in the pharmaceutical industry, industrial products, engineering products, even farming, you pick up any product and there is a manufacturing facility available in Gujarat. So it's not just the blood collection tube that's crowded. I think there are a lot of industries, very fine players, like good level, mid to large scale levels from any industry. They will have a base or a plant or are based out of Gujarat. So there's something in Gujarat. Like everyone wants to have a good business mindset. Everyone wants to have a good business. Manufacturing is now a very keen focus of the government as well. So there are a lot of incentives. There are a lot of support out, say, from the ground level government staff as well. So that kind of things do help in setting up a plant.
Right. So you spoke about quality as a highlight of your product, but then if you keep, how would you? Is that your differentiator? And if that's the one, then how do you kind of convey to a potential customer?
See, potentially conveying to potential customer is always on how good your convincing skills are. So, yeah, if you get a meeting with a doctor, you hardly have 5 minutes. So you really need to know what you need to focus on while talking to a doctor. Right? So doctor's time is of very high value. Getting a meeting with them is also not easy, especially during the day-to-day work routine. So
Right.
you have to be very focused on how we want to play that. Right. So, and for any doctor, quality is of the utmost importance.
Yep.
Because even they know they're handling a patient's blood sample or a patient's life. So they want to ensure that they're having or getting the best quality product they can.
Sure. Yeah. Coming to your exports market, what percentage of your total business is exports, and to which all countries, if you may say that?
So right now, by end of this year, 30% of our revenue will be exports.
Wonderful.
So we are now currently supplying to South America, Africa, and Middle East.
Wonderful.
So these are the three focus areas for our export market.
Superb.
And the market share has increased, the revenue share has increased significantly in the past 3 months because the last 2 years you're identifying good distributors. There's a registration process that takes time. It on an average it takes 6 months to a year to get your company and product registered in a country. So we took a sweet time of 2 years identifying good market, good partner in that country, and the registration process. So I hopefully end of it this year we close our percentage in 25 to 30%.
Wow, that's great to know. Actually, Indian IVD manufacturers, being successful globally. I mean, this is very critical for all of us, right? So let me ask you something differently. If Nasmed did not exist, what alternative career path uh, would have been most realistic for you? Whether it's finance or research, given that your biotech background, or any other entrepreneurial venture.
I would say if not for Nasmed, I still would have been in New York in my recent job. Uh, and if not, if I was back in India, maybe agriculture was one sector that I was very interested in.
Right,
These two would have been an alternative career path if Nasmed did not exist.
right. So how demanding is your day-to-day operational challenges in terms of how many hours do you typically spend on, managing your operational requirement, like in finance, sales, people, compliance? How does a typical day go?
So a typical day starts around 9:30.
Right,
So that would be getting in the initial production planning, which are always to dispatch on that day. So
right,
9 o'clock is our first production meeting.
right.
Will be the planning again, dispatch.
Yeah,
If any raw materials have to be ordered in, so everything is a big meeting.
right,
It's kept very quick, so it's not more than 30 minutes.
right.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'll start again.
Yeah.
So yeah, typical. My day starts at 9 o'clock,
Mm.
and that's day starts with the production meeting of today's production planning, which are products and SKUs that to be taken into production. What are the dispatches for the day, and what is the current inventory. So
Mm.
we keep it very short. We keep it for 30 minutes, and everyone is back on their feet. Then
Right.
we spend around 2 to 3 hours on the floor, the
Yeah.
operations floor,
Right.
to ensure that all the systems that are put in place are being followed. Uh,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of um, manpower management as well, so to say.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that all your um, workers are coming on time, are at their station, and are operational. Then obviously you spend around 2 to 3 hours in sales and marketing and finance. So
Right.
seeing if all the orders from your customers or distributors are put in place.
Yeah.
What are the finance meeting is around 3 o'clock. Daily
Okay.
review and meeting is at 3 o'clock. So we take a look at what are the challenges or what are the significant pros and cons in the business that are going on. So we take a look at that as well. And around 6 o'clock is 6:30 is something that I lead.
All right. All right.
Day also ends with with the full review of the day and a meeting at
Mm.
5:30. So 5:30 to 6 is the end of the day meeting.
Yeah. Super. Very hectic during the day.
And obviously there are calls that's continuously going on pre and post work, so not including that.
Uh, so it's keeping you super hectic actually.
I mean, it's good. It's a fun place and fun time right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure, as you said, rightfully, it's hectic. At the same time, you're learning, you're growing, and
Yeah.
it's now become a part of not just work. It's more like it's fun to do. You are
So good to know. Yeah.
in my team. We're currently enjoying the work that we're doing. So
Wow.
there's no, in my mind, there's nothing that, oh, next day morning I have to wake up and go back to work.
Right.
That all of us look forward to doing that.
That's great. So I have two future-looking questions to you. One is, where do you see the blood collection tube market in India over the next 5 years? And the second is, where do you see your own company, that's Nasmed Diagnostics, over the next 5 years?
Right. So I'll answer the first question. So the blood collection tube industry is gonna grow in double digits year on year.
Right.
And as of now, two things, right? So there is, first is, I would say that there's a lot of penetration or outreach when it comes to tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
Right.
And people are now more aware post-COVID of for their health. So people are spending on their health, they're getting checkups done on a regular basis. You know, your full body profile is now one of the most sold tests in the country.
Right.
So 72 pack tests or 180, whatever those test packages are now very highly sold. People used to get it done once a year. Now it's bi-yearly that people are getting it. So your number of tests over there doubled overnight. Uh, Earlier, people used to go to labs or hospital to get the checkup done. When for hospital checkup is a different scenario, but when it comes to lab checkup, your body profile checkup, and now there's home collection. So sitting at a home, the phlebotomy can, it's a phlebotomist can come in and get your sample collected. That convenience has also changed the game.
Yeah.
A lot of corporates are also doing body profile checkups, your blood tests, everything on a yearly basis. So on that side that side also, your number of tests and collection are increasing.
Yeah.
Now even the government is heavily investing in healthcare. The current government has as one of your focus areas on healthcare.
Yeah.
A lot of centers, new aims are also opening up.
Yeah.
Medical colleges are opening up.
Yeah.
Primary healthcare centers, everything is coming up.
Yeah.
So I think that penetration, that accessibility is going to change the market.
Yeah.
And say, as we have in the industry, there is vacuum and non-vacuum.
Yeah.
So people are now shifting to vacuum, and the government has made it mandatory for all government institutions, that they have to use only vacuum tubes.
Right.
So that has also changed the game. Even now, the government is highly focused on quality.
Right.
Even if you see now in any tenders, you see the specifications, they're of the highest quality.
Yeah.
So I see a very high growth in terms of quality, in terms of volume, in terms of business. It's going to be a really great journey for the next 5 years.
Good. So if I understand right, your company's growth is aligned with the market growth and leveraging the opportunities out there.
Exactly. So anyway, you have to leverage those opportunities, right? You have to be out there, you have to be present in the market, you have to see what are the customer needs, what the customer challenges are faced.
Yeah.
Is it on the quality side? Is it on the supply chain side? So that's something that you have to identify. You have to understand what the customer wants.
Sure.
In the end, as I earlier said, that this is a very small product for the lab because they're dealing with very high-end machines. So their focus would be on that. So if there's something that we can take off their plate, that's something that the customer will always remember and will never let go of you.
Yeah.
So that is very important for us. Customer service is very important for us.
Super. Super. And what about diversification as a strategy of risk mitigation? Always as an organization, you are now very much focused on the blood collection tubes. But in a long run, do you plan to implement this strategy of diversification in your business?
Absolutely. Diversification has to happen in any business.
Yeah.
For you to sustain, for you to grow.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of plans for the next 5 years for the company. We remain in the IVD industry, but obviously we are working on different verticals to expand our operations, to expand our product line.
Yeah.
So there is a focus, and there's a heavy focus on that.
Wonderful.
Because
If you can share any of the imminent ones which you're getting into a go-to market.
sorry, I didn't.
If you can give us a little more light on any imminent plans that you are with respect to your.
So right now we're working on a microbiology vertical.
All right.
There's a huge potential in that market as well.
Yep.
So, and we're identifying gaps again. So good quality good pricing products.
Yeah.
So we're identifying those products that can help us enter the market.
Yeah.
So microbiology is going to be one vertical. And obviously,
Yeah.
there are plans for as genetics is in the future.
Hmm.
Genetics in the future, so we plan to develop kits or reagents or consumables, as in or whatever the industry requires at that point of time. So these
Right.
are two to three plans that we're working on currently.
Wonderful. So, can you tell us a little bit about your team size and your key people team? How do you manage and all?
Right now, we're at a team of 200 people.
Wow,
So,
pretty large.
and as on-ground sales team is around 15 people,
All right.
and back end is around 25 people.
Right.
So that is our strength. We don't have like a senior management or that kind of structure. We've kept structure flow very simple,
Right.
because day in, day out, all of us are involved in the operations. Uh, so we have not put in a hierarchical kind of structure right now that the senior management, C-suite managers, and then your managers, and then all of the other employees. That kind of corporate structure is still not ringing in the company. Maybe in the future, as in when we go to strength of 200, from 200 we go 2000, maybe things will change over there.
Right. Great. So since you also have specialized in business finance, and you know, if you can tell me in your observation, what are the common finance-related mistakes that the distributors do while running their businesses? I'm
Yeah.
coming one level, below. I'm talking about your immediate customers.
See, one mistake I would say that any distributor on a day-to-day basis would make is the mindset of just having, I want to do business, I want to sell the product.
Right.
There should be a set margin
Right.
that has you need to have in order to run your business.
Right.
You can sell a product on 1% margin. You can sell a product with 10% margin. You can sell a product with 20% margin. Obviously, it depends on the product and the market. But everyone needs to calculate their manpower cost, their overheads, the transportation cost, and in the end, the finance and interest cost. You are giving on a credit period.
Right.
It's 30 days, you got 60 days, you got 90 days.
Yeah.
Obviously, in how well you are in your payments. It's
Yeah.
you buying the products on in advance payment, you're buying product on credit.
Yeah.
Obviously, to calculate the interest cost as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of customers don't take into account the interest cost
Right.
on what they're losing.
Right.
That's one thing that people should keep in mind, that there is a hidden cost. You don't
Yeah.
see it in your, let's say, P&L or on daily basis, or in your bank as well, that you're losing that money, you're losing that interest value.
Yeah. No, but given the fact that if somebody has to sell your blood collection to your or anybody's, I mean, blood collection tube business itself is a low margin business.
You know,
So that's where, the distributors end up making certain financial mistakes. So, on one hand, I understand that everybody need to calculate their overheads, but is there anything else that they need to take care in?
for a blood collection tubes, as you rightfully said, right, it's a low margin product, but at the same time, it is a high volume product as well.
Okay.
Someone doing, let's say, 10,000 a month compared to 100,000 units a month,
Yeah.
1 million units a month, the margins will be different from 10% to 7% to 5%. But then it takes around the value as well. Right? So if you're selling 1 million pieces, if you get like 5% margin, it's not a bad margin to work on, because you're working with 1 million units.
Yeah.
You're working with smaller units, say the 10,000, 50,000. And over there you make 5%. Then you're in the end losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you need to take into account the volume as well.
Yeah. So, do you also supply to direct chain labs, or is it only through your distributors? How does your channel work?
No, we supply majorly through distributors.
All right.
Our channel is majorly through distributors. For government supply, it's direct because the government now is wants to work directly with the manufacturers. They want to eliminate any middleman.
Right.
And they make government has made mandatory to work directly with, with sorry, and the government has made mandatory for the institutions or the hospitals to work directly with the manufacturers.
Right.
So that is only place I think we deal it by the. Otherwise, we do it directly through distributors.
All right. And are you also offering OEM services to other, companies?
We used to initially to build volumes
Yeah.
to get the factory running, to keep the factory running. Initially, we used to when we didn't have volumes, but now our captive consumption is almost at 90%. We're operating at 90% of our capacity.
Yeah.
So we've kind of eliminated or stopped doing OEM business
Okay.
because and we reduced that significant portion of our business.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
OEM business will obviously help give you that volume that you need initially to
Yeah.
keep your factory running
Yeah.
because there's two things. One is obviously keep your operation shut down for a day or two. That's a loss. Second,
Right.
employee confidence. If
Right.
you see that the factory is being shut off for a day or two, the confidence.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. True.
So
True.
these two things is where the OEM does really help you.
Yeah. Let me ask you a couple of questions to help the youngsters. So, if there is a young founder like you, but who sack, who kind of lack sectoral experience, what is the most responsible pathway to take a plunge into biotech or diagnostics?
So if you want to get into the diagnostic or the biotech business, you need to do your research.
Okay.
And a very good time on researching what the industry is doing, how the industry is growing, and in which direction the industry is growing.
Hmm.
A product right now may not be relevant 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
So you need to be very sure when you be very focused on where and how you want to enter the business. So that is very important thing. Second is doing your groundwork. Go and meet customers before even starting the business. Understand how they operate, understand how their business is, understand how that a particular product or two products that you might have narrowed down are being used. How is the distribution market? What are the margins in the distribution business?
Right.
Is it initially good for you to buy that product from some other company or get it white labeled from somewhere else and get into the business? Or do you directly want to get into manufacturing?
Right.
Distribution is very key. If you
Right.
crack the distribution market, you may not even need to get into manufacturing.
Yeah.
A distributor can help be a sort of a very, how do I put it? Yeah. A distributor can make up or break a company. If your distribution network receiving channels are not properly in place, it
Yeah.
can make or break a company. And all manufacturers will require distributors. So if you can become a great distributor, that's a great business to be in. There's no inventory cost, there's no heavy investments as well. But if you have that kind of capital, if you have that kind of investment, then manufacturing is the place to be.
You spoke about the importance of distribution in and distributors in the IVD segment, but given the fact that companies such as Medica Bazaar and others are coming, do you see the distribution network in its present form as it is today, or the next few years?
No, absolutely. See, Medica Bazaar and all those businesses, they might have great channels, they might have a lot of on-ground team. But India being the vast nation that it is, there's always place, there's always a market, there is always, uh, I would say, an opportunity where you can go and you can crack those deals. See, Medica Bazaar and all, they might have a lot of SKUs. They might have 10,000 products. But is there focus on all those 10,000 products? I don't think so.
Yep.
Their focus will always be on that high margin products where they want to sell first. And then as I would say, a chocolate, they will put in those low value, low margin products.
Yep.
So if you come into the market, you have your focus on, let's say, 10 products, and you just want to sell those 10 products. No one can come in and beat you.
Right.
Second is, in which area or which channel you are developing. That is also very important. And all these big distribution firms, they are always in tier 1 or tier 2 companies, or tier 1 or tier 2 customers. They don't cater to all customers.
Yeah.
So that's also where you can build your own market.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the current state of affairs as Medica Bazaar is focusing. There could be another 5 more coming over the next few years. And
I would say the 50 more will come over the next 5 years.
Cool.
Right. So this business, people are going to come in. That where people see there's a opportunity, people are going to come in.
True.
But as right said, these kind of big companies, they obviously will focus on their high margin products.
Well,
As I said, right. So they won't sell below a certain price. They won't sell below a certain margin.
right.
And if you have your focus on 10 products, you can let's increase over the next 5 or 20 products.
Yeah.
But maintaining relations with the customers, maintaining certain relations with the manufacturers as well, providing the customer the service they want.
Yeah.
These big distribution companies, they might not be able to service the need of all their customers. They would service, let's say, about 10,000 customers, 1,000 customers, they'll give
Yeah.
proper service because that 1,000 customers give them 90% of their revenue. So they must be bothered with only those.
Yeah.
So, and you might only have, let's say, 20 customers, but you have to keep in mind that that's 20 customers are your bread and butter, no matter what value they hold. So
Yeah.
you need to maintain your relationship, you need to give them that service, you need to hear them out, you need to be there whenever there's any challenge or any issues that they face.
Right. Right. So coming back to the advice that you could give to the young entrepreneurs, definitely, as you said, do your research well, meet doctors, ask them about your options that you have in your mind, ask them their receptiveness and things like that. However, what if many of those enthusiastic youngsters, when they lack the needed capital, that's where they go into a alternate career path, jobs or something. So is there anything that you can tell them?
So yeah, if you don't have big capital, you can always start with distribution, as I said, right? So in distribution will not require any big costs. Your
Right.
licensing and maybe a small storage area.
Mm.
Have to be go out, you have a 10,000 square feet warehouse. That's not how you start about, right? So
Yeah.
small business, small area. You start off with one product, then you slowly and gradually build. Now, even the manufacturers, depending on what a product is, they will give you a credit. If you have a good customer base, you build that relationship, you build that. So that is a very uh, low capital, low cost business that you can start with.
Right. All right. Good. Makes sense. Kushji, tell me something about your hobbies and interests.
I mean, right now the hobby is to build the business. But apart from that, I like to read. I like to learn a lot more about different industries. So I listen to different podcasts as well.
Right. Good.
Let's say, what would an aviation industry be doing or a petrochemical industry doing to car industry. So I like to keep myself updated, keep on learning on how or what different industries are doing and how they are growing.
Yeah.
So keeping myself up with the current trends, because I have a long journey from home. It takes me hour and a half from home to the factory. So
Oh, really?
get those information in during the day.
Right.
What are them reading, traveling, watching movies.
Yeah.
So that's obviously coming back home at night, watching Netflix or something was kind of relaxes me. And I'm a big person on movies and TV shows. I love to watch them.
I also know that you're a fitness freak.
And not a fitness freak to say, but yeah, I like to remain fit, like to remain healthy. So eat right, work out. So that's something that I've been doing for a couple of years now.
How many hours a day on your gym?
40 minutes, not more than that.
Right.
Well, intense workout, it would be um, normal two body parts a day and some cardio. So just just enough to put keep myself fit, but not enough to be like a shredded bodybuilder.
Super. Wonderful talking to you, Kushji, this morning. In fact, the purpose of MedDevice as an organization is to create a collaborative atmosphere within the IVD sector, not only at IVD, but at the larger medical devices, medtech sector, specifically right now starting with IVD. And there are, great gems in the IVD like you who choose to keep yourselves low profile, but that's where we want to give you the right visibility and through you inspire many other youngsters and aspiring entrepreneurs to come together and make this sector a much more progressive sector. IVD has been traditionally an import dependent sector, as you know. Still, when it comes to instruments, over 70 to 80% of the total instruments that are sold in India are being imported. Within that itself, mainly from China. Even the consumables, I think at least about close to 50% could be imported. And again, doing ourselves a great uh, disservice by importing quite a lot of products from China, including the blood collection tubes, in fact. So that's where MedDevice steps in and want to celebrate entrepreneurs like you who choose to manufacture within our country and also to export to various countries globally. So, you know, great admiration to you, Kushji.
No, thank you so much for the opportunity as well. And MedDevice is doing a great job creating a community in IVD and inspiring young entrepreneurs and young people, and also someone who wants to enter the business world.
Sure.
Great job, and obviously, thank you for this opportunity.
All right, dear viewers, I hope you found this conversation truly informative and insightful. Please do share your thoughts, your reflections, your comments in the comment section below. And until I see you again with another guest, goodbye.